Hey, welcome to our Keep It PC segment. We are talking about One Fitness Camp this morning. I have with me Wayne Larson, the partner and fitness director of the company. Welcome to the show, Wayne. It's so wonderful to have you here. How are you this morning?
I'm really good.
Good. And you guys certainly have something to smile about. You were just recently recognized and awarded the Best of State. This is really impressive. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it's an award, Best of State. Utah does different businesses in different categories and offers awards for what they consider to be the best in those categories. And One Fitness Camp won Best of State for Best Fitness Camp / Retreat, which we're very excited about. There are other camps in the area. Utah is definitely.
You guys have some decent competition.
Yeah, you know,
out there.
There's a lot of different choices that people have, and to be able to win an award like that is a big deal.
Well, wonderful! Congratulations. That happened. We had already scheduled you guys, and I found out about this. I'm like, oh, that's awesome to have you here. So, first off, a brief history of the company. What inspired you to start this? Because, like we mentioned, there's a couple of other companies that are seeking to do the same thing.
Sure. Well, right. The fitness camp model is not necessarily a brand new idea. It's you know, since the show Biggest Loser came out, it's become more of a more familiar throughout the country and even throughout the world. But with myself being involved in the fitness and the health industry for the past 20 years, my experience has been working with individuals and families, helping them with you know, their weight loss as well as physical fitness or sports related things that they're you know, involved with. And what I saw was you know, when you meet with somebody 2 or 3 times a week, you can you know, help them with their fitness for sure, but you know, they're only with you 2 or 3 hours out of the whole week, and then they're left somewhat to their own the rest of the time. So sometimes the results aren't what I expected them to be, or what even they expected them to be, because sometimes that whole influence of being, you know, in a situation to have success wasn't there. So thinking of a fitness camp and having the ability to have a controlled environment, to be able to have your food, your workouts set up for you like an Olympic athlete would, you know, the results are just so much more impressive and quicker. And so as we started to put the model together, obviously we wanted to find a location that was going to be great all seasons. Park City, definitely one of those areas. And we started to put the model together and formulate it here in Park City. We're located at Westgate Resort up at the Canyons Resort, and that's where we house our guests. And then of course we use all the different venues Park City offers with the mountains, the trails, and even the community centers throughout the city.
Wonderful. What's your typical day like? We were just seeing some B-roll from some of the stuff that you guys are up to. That food looks delicious. What do you guys do during the day? Well,
it is a busy schedule. It is a fitness schedule. We wake up, get started by about 6:30 in the morning, and we start the day with a protein shake, something to get the body going, get the metabolism moving. And then we start working out. So we do everything from boot camp style workouts to going on hikes, snowshoeing in the winter. We do yoga classes. We do workouts inside the pool, inside the water, weight training, boxing class, spinning class, a lot of variety. Number one, to help people maybe learn some new fitness activities that they haven't done before, as well as somewhat shock the body and give it variety and train it in different ways so that it'll respond.
So do you change? I mean, I was checking out one of your schedules online, and man, you guys have a packed day. And one thing I told Wayne, it's a good thing you guys get done by like 5:30, because then you can go to sleep and rest from your busy day. But I mean, I can't even imagine the vibe you guys have going in, the positive environment, being immersed in this whole fitness camp, because you have other people there kind of cheering you on, the instructors as well. Do you guys change up the schedule from day to day, or how does that work?
Every day is different for sure, because we do want the activities to be fresh. We want them to be exciting. We want them to be new. So each day the workout schedule does change. And yes, the participants, the guests, are also a big influence on each other. It's interesting to see a group of people come from all over the country and even the world, as a matter of fact, and not know each other, but have a common goal, and how they support one another, influence one another, inspire one another. It's a neat experience for sure.
So when someone signs up for this camp and they show up, and I would think it would be kind of intimidating for some people, because someone will need to lose a lot of weight, others less, more than others. When they show up, what is your hope for them, or what can they expect to leave the camp with? Because you can sign up for any amount of time.
Right, right. You know, we've had guests stay for a week, and we have guests that are with us 3 or 4 months. And so it really depends on their situation, what they are looking to accomplish. And yes, we get people come in with different fitness levels. There are some that, hey, I'm just here to get a kickstart again. I've been exercising, but I feel like I'm in a slump, and I just want to refresh. And then there's others that are looking for a complete lifestyle change. And so, you know, really the way the program is tailored is it fits and matches anyone, because we can modify and change workouts at any fitness level, and have them be able to work out at their best level for them. And so it's pretty neat to be able to take people in different fitness levels and make it happen and make it work for them. Well,
it definitely worked for a couple of people that we're going to show. We have some really fun before and after photos. Tell me about these people that you worked with.
Yeah. Well, Frank is one that has, you know, came into our camp, and he, you know, he's 63 years old, just finishing retiring, and kind of found out that it's like, oh my goodness, you know, I have health issues, mostly related to being sedentary and not having a, you know, an active lifestyle. And so this was a great place for him to come. He stayed with us just over 3 weeks, and just get those tools, get that knowledge that he needed, so that his retirement could be beneficial for him, that he could be able to actually take all those hard-earned years that he had put in and be able to, you know, be active and healthy. He has grandkids, he has children, and so he wanted to be able to, you know, have that active lifestyle. So he did a great job. You know, he lost over 20 pounds.
In 3 weeks?
Yeah, just over 3 weeks.
That's impressive.
So it is, you know, it's definitely a situation where the results are gonna, you know, be very aggressive. But the way we do it and the way we train the people is that it's, you know, it's not just about weight loss. There's other things we're helping them with, whether it's their stamina, their coordination, their balance. All those things, just physical fitness is an important aspect of it too.
Well, like you say, Wayne, I would think, I guess from my personal perspective, is that the knowledge that these participants take away from it. I mean, if they're there for a week or 3 months, like you say, it's something they can apply for the rest of their life and be like, I know how to do this, or I have confidence to do a kickboxing class, or I have confidence to do a cycling class because I've done it with Wayne before. And it builds that confidence.
Yes, that's one of our main goals. Obviously, when people come into the camp, we know they're going to see success. We know they're going to lose weight. It's almost impossible not to. The program is set up for success.
They'll make sure you do, that's for sure, if you check out that schedule.
That's right. So our ultimate goal is to help them take what they learn in the camp and to take it home and apply it in their home environment. That's where we feel that we're going to be successful. And you know, like Frank was shown, he has continued to lose weight back at home and live the lifestyle of being able to be in a conducive environment for that. And so our whole goal is to help them and get that knowledge and tools and put it back at home in their home environment. And we actually have an at-home program that helps them once they get home to keep that going. So it's a very important part of the process.
Well, we're going to talk about some of those tips and tools. You can use a little taste of it, but first we have one more before and after I want to share with our viewers. So we had Frank. He lost 20 pounds. Who's this?
And this is Missy. Missy's from Florida. She has a beautiful family, and she actually came out with her husband for an anniversary week. And so she was with us about 6 days. She lost 11.5 pounds, which was great. And you know, for her, it became an opportunity to be able to just get her confidence going again, and being able to know that she can work out hard and she can exercise and line up nutrition, education, and to be able to help her set up healthy meals at home for her family. And so, yeah, she did a great job, and we always, you know, stay in contact with her and see how she's doing back at home.
Excellent. Well, glad to hear that they're both doing so well. And like we mentioned, as part of the education, sometimes people, at least this has happened to me, where I'm taught something by an instructor, I'm like, oh wow, I was doing that wrong for so long. What are just some common mistakes that you see people make when it comes to their approach to nutrition or just exercise in general?
Sure. Well, there is a lot of information out there, right? There's a lot of different ways to work out, and all of them have specific things that can definitely help you. There's probably nothing out there that's completely wrong. But I think where people make a mistake is sometimes not knowing their body, or maybe not knowing how to apply fitness and nutrition to their goals. And so what I typically see sometimes is that people will jump around with maybe, you know, different nutrition plans, looking for the magic formula or the magic workout, where really the idea is we've got to keep it simple. We've got to keep it basic and get in, you know, so many minutes of cardiovascular exercise a day. Get in that strength training where you're building the lean muscle or maintaining the lean muscle. And then eating balanced nutrition, not necessarily trying to, you know, reduce certain macronutrients like, say, a carbohydrate, but actually eating them and eating the proper forms of them. And then that way your body will work more efficiently, and trying to teach people to do something over the long term rather than just the short term. And I think that's where people make the mistake, is they can do something that's maybe aggressive for a while, but to be able to make it a lifestyle pattern, it usually doesn't happen.
Wayne, metabolism is something that is quite often alluded to me in terms of how to really hit your stride with your metabolism and improve it, and how that's even possible. And that's one thing that you teach your clients. Yeah,
when people come into the camp, usually what's happened is their metabolism is working against them. Meaning that they're not burning calories as efficiently as they should be when they're, you know, sitting at a desk, when they're driving in a car, when they're sleeping. And so our whole goal is to change that chemistry, to change that metabolism, to get it working for them. The best way to do that is through eating and exercise. Eating is interesting to say. It's a way to change your metabolism, and it's eating more often. A lot of times people will make the mistake where they'll go many, many hours without eating, and then they get so hungry, and then they go and they'll have a large setting of food. So what happens is your body starts to slumber or starts to, you know, slow down because you're not feeding it properly, you're not fueling it. So that's one mistake people make with their metabolism, and that will suppress it. The other one is using weights, using strength training. Your muscle mass is the largest factor in determining how high your metabolic rate is. The more muscle you have, the more calories your body will utilize and burn. And so our program is really focused around helping build muscle, not just losing weight, but build muscle so that the metabolism will start picking up. And then over time, you're losing weight more aggressively because your metabolism is burning those calories even when you're not exercising. So quick question on that. You say you need to have the weight training and the cardio. Say you have, gosh, an hour to work out 3 times, or not even how many, just say you have an hour to work out today. What should be your ratio of weight training versus cardio? That's a great question. There's 2 different ways you can look at it. One is to probably just split them in half. Maybe 30 minutes with the cardiovascular and then 30 minutes focused on your strength training. Another way, which is becoming a little bit more popular, is somewhat of your circuit training or cross training, where you possibly do a strength training activity or exercise and then follow it by 2 or 3 minutes of an aerobic activity, or a jump rope, or a brisk walk. Something where you're kind of combining that heart rate and strength training together for that full hour. So you get a little bit more bang for your buck, and possibly wouldn't have to work out as long or as often and get both of those in. Ooh, that's a good thing. Yes. Half your workout by doing just what Wayne's saying. So what else do we need to know about metabolism? You know, metabolism is definitely something that, as we see people, sometimes another mistake we'll see is that people will undernourish their body. They try to start losing weight, and so they drop in caloric intake too low. And And a magic number to think about is 1,200. 1,200 calories a day is probably your basement as far as what you should take in. We've seen different meal plans and nutrition and diets out there where they're recommending going under that number. Not very wise, because that will suppress that metabolism, and it's a lot harder to get it back up than it is to have it go down. It'll go down a lot faster than to build it back up. So we see that a lot, and our whole idea is we need to educate people on that concept, and that losing body composition, losing fat weight is about eating. And finding out the right ways to do that.
And eating the right foods.
Exactly.
So when you say eating, all you out there who think, oh man, I can eat whatever I want. No, you need to hang out with these guys to know the right foods to eat. Well, Wayne, thank you so much. So great to have you here this morning. If we want to get in touch with you, if someone heard this and was like, man, I need a boost, I need help with my body, where do they go to get that help?
We have a website, onefitnesscamp.com, and there's also a 888 number on there that they can call, where they'll get a live person to talk to as well. But there's pictures, there's before and afters, there's the website's very informational about.
It really is. It's extremely helpful.
Good about what we do. There's also videos on there introducing our program. So that's the best place to go. That's where they'll get a lot of information. And yeah, we would love to talk to anybody that has questions. We have, this program isn't just for most of our people come in from out of state, but we do get locals. We do have programs where they could stay at home and come do our program for the day. But we do encourage them to come stay, because getting out of their home environment is so important, and just kind of getting away from maybe some of those triggers that have caused them to maybe get to where they're at. Sometimes it's good just to get out of that environment and start with some healthy habits.
Great. Well, some excellent insights. You can get more of that. Get in contact with Wayne. Go online and check out their website for more information. We'll be right back after this quick break to talk about Monkey Mountain. Thanks again, Wayne. So great to have you here. You guys, we'll be right back here in just a moment.